Hi everyone. I'm going to have a look at something that I've experienced over the last 2 weeks or so, and that is tracing over CAD imports to create MEP pipes and fittings. And this becomes especially relevant when one deals with revisions where the one revision and the next revision are different. And really what this is about is showing how we can adjust a view to give us the effect that we would like, so that we can at least see the CAD. So these are Geberit MEP pipes. They are really nice to use, and but you can see how they display as black. One can see them in wireframe mode, but unless you knew, you wouldn't know that there's an actual CAD drawing that underlies this arrangement. Over here we can see there's a bit of a misalignment over here, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just have a look at if we have a situation like this and we want to see the CAD layer, how do we go about doing that? And you might think that, yeah, great, why don't you just make sure that you're set to a mechanical view and you switch on wireframe? And the reason is not only because of it hiding the CAD with the center line, and you might make the argument, alright, in that case why don't you just switch this off? And we can, and then we can see the CAD line. So in the pipes and the visible graphics under the model categories, we can hide the center line, and now we can see the CAD that underlies that. And also we can choose if we want to align to the CAD the center line of the pipe, so it's still selectable for alignment reasons. So that's great, but now if I put you in a very complex drawing, you still wouldn't see what you need to see. It wouldn't be clear because there would be too many lines on your page, and it's very difficult to follow that along. In this illustrative example, it's actually easy. And if your drawing is easy, this is one of the paths that you can follow. But I'd like to have a look at a different method of doing this, and that is to use filters. And filters are very powerful. You can do a lot with them. So I'd like to show you how to do that. First of all, I want to have it as a view template. So let's start out with what we've got, right? And I'm going to say this is going to be a view template. So I create this view template. Create a template from current view, and I'm going to call this view template, just for illustrative purposes, normal. Okay. And then I'm going to change. Now you can change it at the moment like it is and set it back to the normal view template, but somebody asked me an interesting question the other day: can you enable temporary view properties, and from the changes you make in the temporary view properties create a view template? And the answer is yes, you can actually do that. So let's just illustrate that as well at the same time. Now this pipe, or the system, is a stormwater system. So if I'm going to pick up all the pipes and fittings and the plumbing fittings that belong to the system, I go to my visibly graphics overrides. I choose to create a filter, and then I can create a new filter. It's a rule-based filter that I can create, a new rule-based filter. I'm going to call it stormwater, and then I'm going to apply it to pipes, pipe accessories, pipe fittings, pipe insulations and placeholders and pipes, as well as plumbing fixtures. The rule is going to be that the system name must equal stormwater, must contain stormwater. We say okay, and then we add stormwater, and we override the transparency, say to something like 70. Black is a very dark color, so that will work well. And under the model categories, we go to our pipes and we switch off the center line. So now what we can see in the center over there is the actual center line. We can do the same thing for the fittings as well. So that would be a pipe fitting. And the pipe fittings will also have the center line that we can switch off. There seems to be one more category over here that's hiding something. Let's have a look at what that is. There's our pipe fittings, center line, fittings, warning. And that's about it. Okay. So we're going to have to live with this little side branch having that black line. But now you can clearly see the CAD underlay. And if, for argument's sake, it didn't exist, then you can see, alright, so this part of the system, obviously, in the new revision, doesn't exist. And so you can get rid of it. But it's very, very easy to see the underlay, what is happening over there. Where is the line actually going? If you have different systems, of course, you can also then override the color. Let's give it a solid blue. And now it's easy to follow because it's not a grey or a black color. It's it won't disappear so easily in all the lines and the other elements that might be on the page. Now you can clearly see where these pipes are running, and at the same time you can see the CAD underlay. Now that's quite useful. Okay, and the last thing that we would like to do is to create our new view template from this. So we can create a view template from current view. Call this CAD or pipe CAD underlay. Okay, that's all good. Let's just see if the filters were included. Of course they were. So you can see, even though it's a temporary override of the view, you can still generate your filter from it. So now it's as easy as just right click on this view and say apply template properties. We can choose the pipe CAD underlay, and then if we want to switch back, then we go back to normal. That's a very nice way to handle your drawings. Well, I hope you found this useful and that you've got a great week further, and enjoy Revit. Until next time.